Good morning. Come to Peterborough today and I'm at the cathedral. I didn't come up with a plan. I just hopped in the car and drove. I just didn't think about where I was going to go for a walk today, so I hit the A1 and just continued up the A1 until I got to Peterborough. This is where I grew up, in Peterborough. I wouldn't mind having a good look around like my old school and houses and things. I don't know whether I'm going to do that today or not. Anyway, I'm at the cathedral at the moment. What a magnificent building this is. It really is. It's absolutely outstanding. I want to go inside, but it's not open yet. I've got another hour and a half before it opens, so I don't know whether to hang on, have a wander around the town or something and come back, or whether I should leave it for another day. But I don't know. I'll think about that one. I must say, it feels very weird being back here. This is my first school, this is. The junior school, Gunthorpe County Primary it is. It's changed a bit now, but I think the structure of the building is pretty much the same. But it's definitely weird being back here after all these years. And this house that you can see right there, that's where I grew up. I can remember running across that wall many times. I have to be careful doing filming around here. I don't want people thinking, well, it's going to be strange for them, isn't it, if I'm stood at the front of the house filming. Walking to junior school, I had to walk a bit further up the road. Same site, different entrance for the juniors. Not far away. The walk used to feel like a long walk, but being back now, I can't believe how short the distance actually is. Definitely feels weird being back here. I can almost hear the kids following at me. I'd love to have a walk around on the inside, but I don't think that's going to happen somehow. My nan and granddad used to live up here. I'll try and get a bit closer. I don't want to go too far up. This is an old people's complex, so I don't want to spook anybody. See where we can get to. Yeah, I won't walk up any further, but the bungalow right in the corner on the left hand side, that was where my nan and granddad used to live. Many fond memories there too. If memory serves, I think I used to live in a bungalow, a flat here as well. I think I was quite a bit younger then though. Now this is a John Clare Park. This is where I used to come when I was a kid, when I was really young actually, where my mum used to send me off to for the day. And she'd just tell me to come home when it started getting dark. It's not far away from the house that I used to live at, but I spent many hours down here, many hours. And the stream that I've just showed you, I'd spend half my time down there with a net and a jam jar collecting sticklebacks. Happy days back then, eh? Simple life. Just over there where that building is, it used to be there used to be a white building now. I don't know whether it was like a temporary building or prefabricated or whatever it was, but that used to be my my play group. I'll tell you what's funny is when you come back to an old place where you grew up or spent some time, and all the old memories start coming back. Something you haven't thought about for a long time start hitting you again, don't they? It's quite bizarre, it's quite good. The playgroup down there that I was just telling you about, I remember being absolutely fucking terrified of going to playgroup because there was this one kid there. His name escapes me, but he had bright white hair. Yeah, bright white hair. And when I used to go to playgroup, he'd scream, just fucking scream at me. And I remember being absolutely terrified of him. And I remember pleading with my mum not to go to playgroup that day. I can laugh about it now, but back then I was a little bit traumatised by this horrible little shit bag that used to scream at me. I wish I could remember his name. Taking a walk up to my old school now, my first senior school, and this is where we used to hang out on the way to school and after school. We used to come and sit down here. Where all that bramble is there, that all used to be clear, and it used to be clear just there as well. We used to take big fucking jumps off the side there to land on the other side. It probably don't do it any justice on camera, but that was one hell of a hefty jump to do that. This used to be my first senior school. First time I've been back here in, well, since I left. But it's all changed. It's no longer the Walton Community School, it is, goes by the name of something else now. It feels a little bit weird being back here because, like I say, I haven't been back since I left, but it has completely changed. But there's a few bits of building that I remember. Not a lot though. That little tea room there, that used to be a paper shop. I used to be a paper boy in there many moons ago. I don't think it's often you see pampas grass much anymore these days. I do know that if you had a pampas grass bush in your garden, you was advertising the fact that you was a swinger. Don't know whether there's any truth in that, but that's what I hear.
Is it too much to ask? Is it too much?
things never change. That's been the Warrington Post Office. God, blimey, since I was a kid.
Tell me that you're ready to go. Tell me that you're ready to go. I'll be here waiting.
For those of you that don't know, this is the way. I spent my early teens in this housing estate called Wellbourne, just stood outside my old house, but couldn't do any filming. There was workmen in front of it, but I do remember lurking around this housing estate. It's called Wellbourne. It was like an estate. It was all Wellbourne. All the houses were together, or are together. But when we were kids or teenagers, me and my pals used to do hide and seek around there. That sounds a bit silly saying it now, but it was good back then. And so many different places to hide. I think my first business adventure was down here. Was down here as well. We used to knock on all the doors of all the houses, seeing if they wanted their car cleaned. And we got quite a few customers, to be fair. And it wasn't just money we got. I remember we got given a set of golf clubs and a tent and various other bits and pieces. I don't think kids do that sort of thing anymore. But there you are, times change, I guess, don't they? Just the other side of Wellbourne now. And it was down here. One weekend, actually I think it was that tree there. One weekend we was playing down here, me and a couple of pals, and there was a wasp's nest in that tree. And he decided to throw a brick at it. So I legged it, and the wasps come after me. And I got stung, not just a little bit stung, I got stung really, really bad. Bad enough to put me in hospital. And they pumped me up with antihistamines. That was an experience that I don't wish to ever relive, believe you me.
If you try, I'm pretty sure it's worth. You'll change your life. Nothing will be lost if you die.
Every single day I'd walk up this way to my second senior school. This walk of Peterborough certainly brought back a load of memories, but what do I think of Peterborough? I mean, I've only visited a small part today, and that's just some things that I can remember, but I don't think it's a place I'd want to live again. It's very busy, although don't get me wrong, there's loads of places to go, loads of places to visit, there's green spaces and, you know, rivers and historical buildings and things, but I don't think it's a place I'd want to come back to. I'd much rather be out in the sticks. Well, that's it from my Peterborough journey for today. Any final thoughts from me? If I have any advice for any of you that have got this far, and then firstly, I'll thank you for that, because I'm sure a lot of people, well, I know for a fact that a lot of people don't get right through to the end of my videos. which is understandable. Do you know what I mean? Which is understandable completely. But if you have got this far, thanks. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz. But my final thought is most definitely make the most of your friends and family, right? Make time for your mum, for your dad, for all of them ones that are close to you, because one day they're not going to be here, and obviously you are going to be upset. You're going to be devastated by that fact. And then a few years down the line, just like me, you're going to come back to where some of your fondest memories were made, and it's going to kind of hurt. For me, right now, I'm upset. I find myself missing my mum and my dad, but I'm also glad of the childhood that I've had. The first, well, I don't know, the first 12, 13 years of my life, I can't really fault. Even when my mum and dad split up, you know, times moved on, but I think my childhood was pretty good, to be fair. And I've been blessed with a lot of memories, you know. Some were bad, obviously, but that's the way it is. Anyway, yeah. So just take my advice. Just spend a bit more time with your loved ones, you know. Especially your mums and dads and your nans and your granddads, because they're not going to be here one day. And I don't think many people realise how difficult it is to lose that loved one. Some people have yet to experience that. Some people are lucky enough to be my age, pushing 50, and still have both of their parents and maybe a grandparent. But no, I lost that. So anyway, yeah, I'm waffling now. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. And what am I going to do now? I'm going to trek back to Stevenage after I finish my coffee. I'm going to go and pick up my van, get some supplies, and then I'm going to a campsite tonight. So maybe I'll do a bit of filming later. We shall see. Anyway, for now, take care. Goodbye.